Three neighbors called animal control the day Bear came home, not because he'd done anything wrong, just because of what he looked like. A 200-pound English Mastiff with a face full of shadow and paws like sledgehammers. But there was a 6-year-old girl on that street who never flinched, and what happened between them will make you question everything you thought you knew about the word dangerous. The first time the Henderson family's neighbors saw Bear, 3 of them called animal control, not because he had done anything wrong, not because he had growled, lunged, or even barked. They called because he existed. 200 pounds of brindle muscle, dark masked face, and paws the size of dinner plates. He was an English Mastiff, and to most people on Clover Street, that was enough of a reason to be afraid. Marcus and Sarah Henderson had heard it all before. The whispers at the dog park, the parents pulling their children back on the sidewalk, the neighbor who put up a second fence just because of Bear. But they knew something the rest of the street didn't. Bear had come into their lives 3 years earlier, on a Tuesday afternoon that smelled like rain. Sarah had been scrolling through a local rescue page, not seriously looking, she told herself, when his photo stopped her cold. He was sitting in the back corner of a concrete kennel, his massive head resting on his front paws, his eyes looking directly at the camera. Not aggressively, not desperately, just waiting. Like he had been waiting for a very long time and had made peace with the fact that no one was coming. The caption beneath the photo read, "Bear, 4 years old, returned twice, not suitable for families with small children." Sarah showed Marcus the photo that evening. He looked at it for a long moment. "We'll take him," he said. The shelter coordinator had been honest with them. Bear had been returned twice, once by a young couple who said he was too much, and once by a single man who claimed Bear had scared his friends. Neither return involved aggression, both involved fear of something that looked dangerous simply because of its size. When they brought him home, Bear walked through the front door, sniffed every corner of the living room methodically, and then lay down in the center of the kitchen floor like he had always lived there. Marcus laughed. Sarah cried a little. Bear sighed deeply and closed his eyes. From the very beginning, Bear had a ritual. Every morning, without fail, he would walk to the bedroom door of their 6-year-old daughter Lily and wait. He never scratched, he never whined, he simply sat with the patience of something ancient and certain and waited until she opened the door. The moment she did, his tail would begin, a slow, heavy wag that gradually built into something that threatened to knock over anything within 3 feet. Lily called it his helicopter tail. She would wrap both arms around his enormous neck, and he would hold completely still, letting her hang there for as long as she wanted. Then they would walk to the kitchen together for breakfast. Bear on her left, always on her left. Nobody taught him that. He just decided. I can see you haven't subscribed yet. Honestly, that breaks my heart a little. Hit that subscribe button. You don't want to miss what happens next. As Lily grew, so did their bond, in ways that quietly amazed even Marcus and Sarah. When Lily started school and came home upset for the first time, something about a friend who hadn't saved her a seat at lunch, she didn't go to her room. She went to Bear. She sat on the kitchen floor beside him, pressed her small face into the warm fur of his neck, and talked. Bear listened with the gravity of someone taking careful notes. He didn't move, he didn't look away, he just stayed. Stories like this one are exactly why some bonds are worth telling. When Lily was sick with a fever that climbed to 104, Bear refused to leave the hallway outside her bedroom. Marcus tried to coax him to his bed. Bear looked at him with those deep amber eyes and simply didn't move. He slept on the hardwood floor outside her door for 3 nights straight, rising only to drink water and immediately returning to his post. The pediatrician who came for a house visit that second day paused in the hallway, looked down at the 200-pound dog lying across the threshold, and said quietly, "He's not going to let me in, is he?" "He will," Sarah said. "Just let him sniff your hand first." He did. The doctor passed. Bear watched the entire appointment from the doorway without blinking. Some things don't need to be taught. They just need to be trusted. The night everything changed on Clover Street happened in February. It was 2:47 in the morning when Bear began barking, not his occasional deep warning sound, but something continuous and urgent that pulled Marcus out of a dead sleep. He found Bear at the front door, body rigid, every muscle locked. There was a figure in the driveway. Marcus called the police. The figure left before they arrived. Later, the officers told them there had been 3 break-ins on neighboring streets that same week. The next morning, the neighbor who had built the second fence knocked on the Hendersons' door. He stood there for a moment, looking uncomfortable. "I owe your dog an apology," he said finally. Sarah smiled. "His name is Bear." The man nodded slowly. "Bear," he repeated, like he was committing it to memory. Lily is 9 now. Bear is 7. Older, a little slower on the stairs, his muzzle gone almost completely gray. But every morning, without a single exception, he still walks to her bedroom door and waits. And every morning, she still opens it and wraps both arms around his neck. The neighbors on Clover Street don't call animal control anymore. A few of them wave at Bear on his walks now. One of them, an elderly woman named Mrs. Calloway, leaves dog biscuits in a small jar by her mailbox, just for him. It turns out that what looked like a monster was never a monster at all. It was just a soul that hadn't found its person yet. Bear found his. Her name is Lily, and he has never, not once, left her side. If you're thinking about opening your home to a rescue dog, especially one that's been returned, overlooked, or labeled too much, please don't let fear make that decision for you. Let them show you who they are, because sometimes the ones everyone passed over are exactly who you needed all along. Is what Bear has with Lily pure love, or something even deeper than that? Instinct, devotion, or destiny? Tell me what you think in the comments.